Well, everybody out there in Atlanta, this is Chris from MajorLeagues.com with another exciting episode of My Talking Head. I ran out of time on the last video, so we're going to go ahead and we're just going to jump right into the houses. We got 3 original content houses here. So just to backtrack a little bit, this is part 2 of the My Talking Heads on the original content that was dropped yesterday from Horror Nights Orlando, all that goodness and stuff like that. So I talked about a little bit about the scare zones, touched on that. And now we're going to get into the houses. So the first original house that I really want to talk about is Tomb of the Ancients, because I've heard a lot about this house since its inception. They started on this house very early. They're very excited about this house. They had to do some special permitting and things like that because they wanted to go for, like it was said, Aiello said, and then on the blog said, they're going for a very claustrophobic feel for this. There's a lot of enclosed hallways and things. Almost everyone flipped out when American Werewolf in London had the enclosed ceiling in the subway section of that house. This supposedly has a lot of that in this house. So I'm really looking forward to this house. This has a lot of potential. It also has a lot of potential to fail, and because, you know, again, it is in the sprung tent. But like I said in a previous video, they've done a lot to really bring up the quality in the sprung tent. So we will see, but I'm very looking forward to this house. I'll get into a lot more detail about all this stuff when I do the HHN Chatcast, which should be this Sunday. So look out for that. I might hold off on the Chatcast again until the last IP property is revealed and do like a full thing later on. But I'm getting away from myself. We're talking about Tomb of the Ancients here. We're not talking about the Chatcast, but yeah, I'm very excited about this house. There's a lot of potential here. There's also a lot of potential to fail, but just what I've heard from the very beginning of this house has me very excited. It is my most anticipated house of the year this year, followed by the next house that I want to talk about, which is Ghost Town, The Curse of Lightning Gulch. Now, I've been going to Horror Nights since 2000, so this will be my 17th straight year of going, so I got to experience the original Ghost Town, and Horror Nights doesn't do enough Western-themed horror houses. The Western genre for me kind of lends itself to just ghost stories and you know, scary things and things of that nature. And the original Ghost Town was actually very well done. It was one of the highlights of 2004. I love that house. It was actually a very well done house, and I can't wait to see what they bring. Now over 10 years removed from having the last Ghost Town, because this is the requel, of course, that Aiello alluded to earlier in the year on the Twitters. So I'm curious to see what they do with this, you know, with updating all this stuff and sort of giving us a little bit of a new mythology behind the Ghost Town legend. And this one is going to be located in one of the sound stages. We haven't had official confirmation as far as I know as to where this house is going to be, but my guess is that this is the one that is going to share the sound stage with The Walking Dead. We know that The Walking Dead is sharing a soundstage with one of the original houses, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in a past Twitter conversation, Aiello did say that it was going to be the requel house. So I could be wrong on that, so I'm assuming it's going to be in that same soundstage. So Ghost Town, The Curse of Lightning Gulch, very looking forward to that. I love that little video that they put up. Lots of really cool props and sets. By the way, if you go to the Universal Orlando blog, you can see on the bottom they did some promo shots, as well as some concept designs, and building designs and stuff like that you could see on that blog. I did not post that on my thing because I wanted people to go to the blog. So go there if you want to see some of the awesome photos that they took within the houses and showed you a little preview of what to expect, as well as some of the design elements that they're going to be playing with in those houses as well. So Ghost Town, The Curse of Lightning Gulch, I'm very excited for. We'll see how that plays out. The last one I want to talk about is Chance's house, the Lunatics Playground, insert subtitle here, in 3D. I said it in part 1 of this video, I am not too thrilled with how they're handling Chance this year. And this house, just especially if it is where I believe it's going to be, which is in the new tent area by Men in Black. That new tent has had a lot of drama this Horror Nights speculation season. Things of original plans to put things in that tent were shaken up and moved, and everything got moved around. So the fact that that house is going to be in that new tent in that area kind of worries me a little bit, because it's that back part of the park is kind of, it's going to be interesting to see how the crowds and everything work out back there, how the crowd flow works. That's number one. Number two, I'm not thrilled with the 3D aspect of this. I am not a huge 3D person when it comes to Horror Nights houses. There really have only been 2 3D houses in the past that I've actually really enjoyed, so I'm not too thrilled with the 3D aspect. I do kind of like the story that they're going for, with going, you know, from the real world to this, you know, the Chances Theater of the Mind aspect, and using that for the 3D. But overall, I'm not too thrilled with this house in general. We will see how that goes, but Lunatic's Playground, that is Chance's house. So let's get to the shows. We have 2 shows, of course, Bill and Ted. We all knew that was coming back. They're going to make fun of things. It's no secret. But the new show, Villains Academy, I'm interested about this because there was a lot of speculation that we could get the Jabberwockies, and I think a lot of people, especially people in the know, thought it was the Jabberwockies, because maybe some people, because they're both the Jabberwockies and the Villains Academy, their paths to success have been similar. They were both on America's Got Talent. They're both dance troupes, both very different. Of course, the Jabberwockies are out. They were out in Hollywood last year, and there was some speculation that we were going to get the Jabberwockies this year, but that turned out to be false. It is this Villains Academy. You can go on YouTube and you can see some of their dance routines and things of that nature. I'm actually interested because I saw a clip from one of their routines on America's Got Talent. They were doing to Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, and they did a lot of cool things with, like, you know, with their dance, and also they had these red gloves on and they're making faces and stuff. Has some potential. It's got some potential to be quite a fun show. My problem is if this show is in fact on that stage, the stage in front of Mel's. The event is too big. It's too big these days to have a show on that stage. And you have 2 scare zones converging in that area, as well as the show there. And last year, it was a giant cluster with having that show in that area. There was too many people. The flow, the staff members, people that are trying to rush you through, bless their souls, they just keep doing this all day. You know, it was just a cluster, and it just didn't. That area is just too congested to have a show there. So, you know, it's like, I just don't. It is what it is. I'm getting messages, by the way, people. But yeah, so I just don't. You know, it's the location of the show is what has me worried. But the actual troupe itself, I'm kind of interested to see what they bring to it, because it is something different. In the past, when Universal and Horror Nights has done different things, it's kind of hit or miss. But we'll see. It's something different. It's something new. I just don't like the area that it's in. So that's it. That's the original content for today. Who knows when the next announcement is going to be, the final announcement for Horror Nights 26. It could be soon. Don't be surprised if it's when I upload this video. It could be soon. So you could get another My Talking Head from me in the very near future. So that's it, guys. It's happening. It's happening. So yeah, so that's it for me, guys. I will talk to you later.